It's the year 2044, and AI has taken over our lives. If you want to survive, you must get emotions out of your mind. Simulation of love for Gabrielle and Louie, oh no. A simulation of love so they can get on with the lives. The Beast is based on a short story by Henry James, The Beast in the Jungle, and was written and directed by Bertrand Bonello, who did movies like Coma, Chameleon, and also Zombie Child, taking the E off of zombie so we can be in your head, zombie. Okay, I'm done with the singing. Really, probably should put a timestamp in there so nobody has their eardrums shattered by my terrible rendition of that YouTube song. And he also did Drama. So, check out his IMDb page for the full list of his work. And two other people helped write this. It's a French movie with some English in it, I do want to say, so you only have to pay attention to the subtitles sometimes, unless you happen to speak a language other than French and English, and then you'll be paying attention to the captions all the time. So, based on a short story by Henry James, as I said, this deals with love, loneliness, loss, and do we really want to get rid of our emotions? I mean, do we really want to not be able to cry? Well, Leah Seydoux, or Seydoux, however you actually say it, the incredibly gorgeous, utterly captivating Leah. She is absolutely amazing. Blue is the warmest color, Bond movies, Crimes of the Future. I'm not saying every single movie has been a hit, but she is actually really, really talented and, again, fucking gorgeous. She plays Gabrielle. And Louis, played by George McKay, who was in Femme, 1917, and also Wolf. He has had quite the career. Femme, by the way, is a movie you should check out as soon as you can, because he was really good in it after you check out The Beast. So this movie got a limited theatrical release, at least in my area. It was playing at some theaters in Seattle and one in Bremerton. And for non-Washingtonians, it would have required me either to drive basically about 70 minutes through bad traffic to get to South Seattle, or drive about 2 hours to Bremerton. I'm like, look, as much as I love Leah and as much as I wanted to see this, I'll just wait till the goddamn, streaming, until it drops on streaming, that is. So, in the year 2044, AI has basically taken over because humans have done bad shit. AI has just gotten more self-aware, more weird, and basically just more overlording, authoritarian. And if you want to survive, you basically have to find a way to either, put a cap on your emotions, eliminate your emotions, eradicate your emotions, whatever, in order for AI to implement the final. Not going to say the rest of that, but those who know. And yeah, jobs are basically sparse. And this basically involves Gabrielle and Louis through a few time periods as they figure out whether they truly love each other, who loves who doesn't love who's playing a trick on who. Look, the movie is definitely open to interpretation. I'm not going to say that this movie is exactly... It's not the worst thing, like some reviewers have said. I don't know if it's necessarily one of the best movies of the year. It looks amazing. Great cinematography. Great costume design. Great stuff. As far as the, technical aspects, this movie looks great. And Leah also looks great. How could you not fucking be in love with her? There are some other actors in this as well. With names that I would likely just totally goddamn butcher because it's mostly French people. And from there, we have a movie that is about love, loss, and all that stuff right there. It is definitely interesting. I don't think it needed to be 2.5 hours or nearly 2.5 hours. I think they could have trimmed easily 25 minutes off. And it's not that we wouldn't have missed shit, but I think you could have trimmed a bit. It gets a little pretentious at times. It gets a little bit self-serving. It does have some issues. A few pacing issues with the aforementioned, 25 extra minutes added. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good overall. What I like is at least a balance of French and English languages there. I don't mind foreign movies. I love me some foreign movies. But it was nice that they had a balance there. AI honestly can only do so much, and you need human emotions because yes, AI can do quite a few things. you know, it, replacing human emotions with what AI can do and reacting just on not even instinct, but just on what it's supposed to do and not based on emotions. I guess could work for some jobs, but we do need humans to actually run things. And that's kind of the scary thing about it. That narrative gets a little bit lost at times, and I think that may be down either to translation issues or just the fact that this movie is pretty goddamn weird. There's a point where the AI says we need to purify your DNA to get rid of your past traumas. Basically, wipe you clean. Wipe you totally goddamn clean. And that is an issue for Gabrielle. Maybe an issue for Louis. They have brief interactions and everything, and there's some cool sci-fi elements and some cool sci-fi set pieces, even if the movie, I think, has some budgetary constraints. There also were a few scenes, including one particular that was in a tar pit with a weird device that was going to go in the person's ear that reminded me of Crimes of the Future. Thankfully, this movie is much, 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 much better than Crimes of the Future because that movie didn't have anything to say despite what people said. That's just my opinion. But yeah, Leah looks great. George was good. Good performances, good lead performances. The others were fine, but they weren't given much to do. Good cinematography, even if it was a bit weird, a bit too long. Gonna get into spoilers. It's on streaming if you want to check it out. 3, 2, 1, spoilers. So, essentially, we see some Victorian setting where Gabrielle is married to a guy. She ends up leaving the guy because she's not happy with him. Now, this is her compartmentalizing this stuff in her head. All this is a simulation. And all this is her trying to, run the gamut of emotions, get these emotions in check, or totally eradicate them, so she can go on to do, I guess, bigger and better things and be productive in a new AI-influenced society. That's what I got out of it. There are some things I probably misinterpreted, and there are some things that are left open to interpretation. Then there are some things that practically should have been closed up, sealed off, and buried, but I digress. It's just a story about two people that need to find each other. Two people that need to maybe not change so much about themselves so they can find each other. Who is willing to change certain aspects about themselves? And from there we go. There was a pigeon at one point. Pigeon is a messenger. And then there were creepy dolls. I don't know why we needed the creepy dolls. That was really weird. A lady kills a cat at one point. A sick cat. Don't do that. Put the cat down mercifully. Do that with your pets. Don't actually kill them. I mean, just saying. Don't actually kill them yourself. They love you and they want you to be with them in their final moments. You don't have to do it by your hands. So, it does take some time building. The synth music is a little bit off-putting, but decent. There is a point where we have a doll-making factory, and one of the guys says, oh, it's going to take us a few years to make even better dolls, implying it is going to take a bit for this process to work better, AI to get better, humans to be productive the way they want, at least, again, the way I'm interpreting it. And then, about halfway through, we smash cut back to 2014, the San Andreas earthquake, and Leah is a model, which you could absolutely see. Yes, maybe I will profess my love one day. Shut up. But basically, Louis is, a guy that has money. He has money, he has means, but he feels that women reject him. He's a typical dude, bro, whatever. A guy that just feels that women should be subservient to him. He shouldn't have to make the effort to change. Guys can be like that, and I'm not saying I haven't been like that in the past. If you really want somebody to care about you, you need to find the person that actually cares about you for you, and also you need to make sure that you have yourself right. And if you don't get in a relationship. So, connection is difficult when you're stupid because despite the fact that Louis, talks about wanting women to be, to fall at his feet and wanting to be with a woman, he also pushes it away because he is just so far in his own goddamn head. Maybe, again, this is a way for both of them to parlay their emotions and figure it out to where they can fall for each other. And Gabrielle did not want to get rid of her emotions, even if it meant getting a very, very good job in this new AI society. Remember that. Because we get some weird stuff near the end. Basically, Louis has decided it is a day of retribution. not the group that used to call themselves Retribution. That is a deep cut for wrestling fans, especially during the pandemic. What a terrible gimmick that was. And yeah, we have occasional club scenes straight out of Last Night in Soho, just without Anya Taylor-Joy or Anya Taylor-Joy and Thomasin McKenzie. Mourn the pity. But we get Leah dancing. That's certainly nice. I won't complain there. We also get a weird doll named Kelly. Well, the actress isn't a doll, but she's playing a doll. A real doll. Whatever, I don't care how you get down. The actress playing her did all right. They didn't really give her much to do. And yeah, the stuff starts to go haywire because the simulation is going haywire because she's just not, it's not properly functioning with her. Like, it's just not working. And then she is almost face to face with him. He's got a gun. She opens the door. He's going to shoot her. She does, and he doesn't. And then he does, and then she's dead in the pool. Whatever. Okay, it's his way of dealing with his emotions, and I guess. I started to get really annoyed by this, just because I don't mind stuff not being explained. I don't need my hand held through stuff, but when you just have things happen, and you think the audience is just going to be able to interpret it how you want, you're walking a fine line there. You're walking a razor wire, and then you're going to risk getting cut right down the middle like that lady in Terrifier. So, basically, her and Gabrielle and Louis meet in the club, and this nice dance club straight out of the 60s. Again, back to Last Night in Soho. Watch Last Night in Soho. It's really good, by the way. And I even have it on Blu-ray. So, she's like, I don't know where to begin. And he says he'll start at the end. And then they're having a conversation. Seems like, she confesses her love for him for her. And then he says he accepted a job. And now his emotions are in check and everything. And now he's part of society. And no, at least that's what I got out of it. The movie's very visually impressive and very well acted. And I'm giving it a B+ on those strengths. But what keeps it from being an A, what almost got knocked down to a B-, was the fact that it was a bit too strange. And I like strange. Believe me, I really do like strange. I do stupid musical intros and do weird jokes and everything in reviews for absolutely no reason, so I understand strange. I think this movie is left open to interpretation for a good reason. Probably because they didn't have an ending. They're like, shit, let's just throw this there. So nevertheless, B+. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ricklin. I'll see you soon.